Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a very different video from my other stuff. And I was inspired by Wasky Squirrel, who also does pen videos, but he does many other different types of videos too. And I know I've stayed in like the writing pen niche for quite some time, but I thought I would do something different, and that is a bookshelf tour. Now, I've already filmed it, and I think it's gonna be a little long, but I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have a request to hear an opinion about a book, please leave that in the comments. But yeah, I mostly hope you guys enjoy this different type of content. I really enjoyed filming it. All right, let's switch a shot. So in our house, we have many separate spaces for books. Basically, I scatter them throughout the house. And this is one that's in the living room. That's the TV. And this is a Billy from IKEA. Now, I am completely zoomed out, so it's like really hard to show you. But this is the bookcase. And then that's actually, we had a wedding photo printed on a poster size thing, but we don't have a frame for it yet. So it's on there because I wanted it out of the way. Okay. Now, here I have the books I have from the library, the ones I'm not reading yet. I'm currently in a different book. I'll show you that in a second. But these I just borrowed from the library. I just added these two. Really excited about the Becky Chambers one because I read the first one of these and it was really good. Dawn Shard is part of the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. It is a novella in the same world. This was compared to a book that I absolutely love, or a series by Robin Hobb, and if it's compared to that, positively I want to read it. And this I just heard about a lot, and it came in when I was working, so I was like, I'll borrow that. Here's my Charmander. He's sleeping. I got this, I think, as an anniversary gift. We did kind of like low budget gifts because I wasn't working, and I was like, we can still do something with a gesture, but like, don't spend money on it. But it's really cool. He lives here now. And then here's just a shelf of books that I own. Let me actually get out of the light. Favorite series ever, Farseer series by Robin Hobb. It's just so good. And then this is really interesting sci-fi, Sleeping Giants. It's a 3-part series, basically made up of different like reports, interviews, etc. Really interesting. I just got this one from Thrift Books. I don't remember why I got it. I think I saw it like referenced somewhere and I was like, let's get it. A lot of my books come from Goodwill. These stickers show you like, oh, that's a Goodwill book. Now, most of them I've peeled off. But yeah, lots of this is from Goodwill. Probably these are more from Half Price Books, because you don't really find them very often at Goodwill. And then this is another one of my favorites. It's the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. It is an epistolary novel, aka it's just letters. And I really, really love that. They made a movie. Okay, I'm never gonna get that back in with one hand. They made a movie based on the book. I have not watched it yet because it scares me, because I don't want it to like sully the book. Anyway, here we are with another shelf. There's some John Green here. I do really enjoy the Anthropocene Reviewed. Turtles All the Way Down. I can't read that again. It's about someone who has OCD, and I actually have OCD myself, and it just hits too close to home. Doesn't work for me. So Maggie Stiefvater. I really like her Dreamer trilogy. She did the Raven Boys first, but I think the Dreamer trilogy is more interesting. Ab Horson. Also one of my favorite series by Garth Nix. And then some books that I haven't read yet. I haven't read these either, but yeah. I'm both a collector and a reader, but I will always have more to read than I can actually do. These are some records. We have a record player. Record player is under there. It's kind of messy. That's my puzzle board. So I also like doing puzzles. Haven't started a new one yet, but it's gonna happen. There's the big fish tank. And then bottom row, an annotated copy of American Gods. Love American Gods. Also one of my favorite books. These two, brought from the Netherlands. Have not read this one. Have read this one. That's called The Physic Book of Deliverance Dane. Really cool book about magic. These we received from friends. Still haven't read them, which I feel kind of guilty about. But as I said, I have so many books. And these, one of these I found at Half Price Books for like $1. And the other one I found at a different secondhand bookstore. So still have to read them, but I do really enjoy V. Schwab. And then this is Rilke's Book of Poems, or Book of Hours. It's a book of poetry. And it's honestly one of my favorites. It's funny, I don't know if this is James's copy. Oh, this is my copy. I actually wrote in it. But his poetry is really good. And also, I'm obsessed with Letters to a Young Poet, which is also by Rilke. Also really good. Alright, this is only a tiny nook. Just some random books ended up here. With the games, we have a bunch of games right here. This is just like Overflow. Into Thin Air by John Krakauer. I don't really know how to pronounce his name actually. Read his other book, Into the Wild, and Into the Wild's the movie is actually one of my favorites. So I thought it would be interesting to read that one. Climbing stuff really interests me, and this one is also about climbing. I'm not interested in doing it, but I think people who climb are like a different type of people. I don't know how to explain that. And these are just also random books and a notebook, a really pretty notebook that I haven't used yet. Wow, this is gonna go well. It's a Peter Popper Press notebook. I'm thinking this is James's. We have another one in our other bookshelf. I think this one is James's. He hasn't used it yet. He's not really into the journaling right now. So yeah, that's just like a tiny, tiny bit. This is always funny. This one was bought at Ollie's. I don't know if Ollie's is everywhere, but it's really cheap, and I love Sarah Scribbles. It's really cute. All right, let's move on to the bedroom shelf. Let's have a Fitzy interlude. Fitz is sleeping. Fitz is like, pet me. Good boy. He's so cute. He has such a cute wrinkly chin. Such a wrinkly chin. Okay, now let's go to the bookshelf. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Now, the bedroom is actually not a very booky place. This is like the only bit of books that I have in here. And they're all very random. This is just like, oh, these are the last books I got. Let's dump them in here. Found some Harry Potters at Goodwill, so bought those. I know J.K. Rowling is a topic of discussion, but it's my youth sentiment that came back to me. Here we have Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. Love me some Neil Gaiman. We have The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Now, that book, I used to really like it. Now that I've read a little more, it is less enjoyable to me. Also, James really does not like it, so he tainted my opinion of that book. Underneath that, by Gail Honeyman, there is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. Great read. Really love that. Actually read that through the library and then bought the book. Have I read anything here? Read the Sharon Olds book. I read This Is How You Lose Her. Read this one. Read The Book Thief. This actually came to me with notes in it. I did not put them in there. It was another Goodwill book, but I think it's kind of cool that someone else marked it. Someone else with a different reading experience. Just some Sanderson here. Ray Bradbury. great read. And then here, like in the bottom, we have more Outlander books. Diana Gabaldon? Gabaldon? I don't know. We have like a lot of her series, but all in different formats and sizes because we pick them up secondhand. We are very much into secondhand book shopping. Jane Austen Book Club. Jane Austen Book Club was one of my favorite movies. It's kind of cliche, but I really like that movie. And then I was like, oh, I'll read the book. And the book is kind of less, less happy, I would say. But still really enjoyed that. All right, this is the study bookcase. The study, this is where I hang out, sometimes film my videos. As you can see, it is quite messy, and I really am not going to show you any more of this room because it is so messy. But I am going to show you my bookshelf because that's the thing that I kind of tidied up. My bookshelves will never be like fully neat and tidy. I'm going to quickly start in with this small shelf because there's only like 4 books on there, and then a bunch of inky mess that we're ignoring. Inkheart, a book by Diana Wynne Jones, and some David Eddings. James enjoys David Eddings stuff. I've never actually read his stuff, but they were like $1 at Half Price Books, so that's decent. Anyway, bottom shelf. Unused notebooks are over there. That speaks for itself. And then a bunch of books. Most of these I would say are unread. I read the Ransom Riggs one, but that's like nothing. Little Fires Everywhere, Great Gatsby I've read. Some of the Outlander books I've read. Again, we found these at Goodwill. But I haven't read them all yet. And then Paradise Lost, I believe that's James's book. But it ended up in my bookshelf, which is fine. But most of these are just bought because I've heard of them. But yeah, I didn't really bring any of my read books here from the Netherlands because, like, I don't know what the value of that would be. I got rid of them, which is sad, but it had to happen. Here I have some literature anthologies. When I thought I was going to go into teaching here, I picked them up, and I think they're still really useful, but I didn't really use them while I was tutoring, so, I just realized we have 2 copies of the Graveyard book. The other one is in the bedroom, and here's my second copy of Neil Gaiman's American Gods, one of my favorite books. Couldn't not. We have Lethal White by J.K. Rowling. Still never giving her new money, but secondhand is fine. Emily Dickinson is one of my favorite poets. And then this book is a book that I brought from the Netherlands. It is a book of letters written by Vincent van Gogh, or Vincent van Gogh. And I just found it really interesting. And it's one of those really nice, fancy books that I just wanted to bring from the Netherlands. We love some V. Schwab. Gathering of Shadows is part of a series that is really good. To Kill a Mockingbird, of course, a staple in any book collection. This book is really funny. I don't remember where I got it, but it's the Field Guide to Dumb Birds of North America. And it's basically just like drawings of birds and then some insulting information about them. So really funny, quick read, very enjoyable. Ransom Riggs, have read part of this series, not all of it. Michael Crichton, I love Michael Crichton. Love Jurassic Park, the movie and the books, and his other works I also really, really enjoy. Please focus, camera. And then we have some more Rilke. I don't know, I think this is my copy. This one I may have also brought from the Netherlands. Oh, this is not my copy. I gifted James a copy of this because I'm obsessed. Mine has a bunch of notes in it, so I'm pretty sure it's still in the Netherlands. But I might reread this and then scribble more in there. Even though it's not my copy, he doesn't care. And then another, oh, gotta put that Ditto Pikachu somewhere else. And then another Rilke book, Letters on Life. I don't think I've read this one yet, but it's gonna be very enjoyable, I already know. But yeah, and this is just my degrees. It has my bachelor and my 2 masters in there. So that is this shelf. I feel like this is gonna be a really long video. I have 2 other Pokemon in there. Right, we're moving up a shelf. Here, this is funny. This is part of my wedding dress. Some lace for my wedding dress. The person who's altering my dress was like, you should keep that and put it with a picture of you and your husband on the day you're married. We haven't actually put any wedding pictures up. We have pictures of cats. But yeah, no wedding pictures up yet. Bookmark that I think I got it in the States when I was on a trip here, but don't remember. Statue, like it's made of glass. It was a gift from my aunt and uncle when I was leaving the Netherlands. So that's in here. And then we have part of the Abhorsen series. I really, really, really love this book. There's something in here. What is it? Oh, it's a sleeve from a card. Don't know why. Love this old cover too. Much better than the new ones. Memoirs of Geisha. Have not read it. Read these 2 or 3. I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I read all 3. I read the first 2. Princess Bride. Classic. Must read to a lot of people. Have not done it yet, but will do. Naomi Novik, the Temeraire series. James loves this series. And then my 3rd copy of American Gods. I might be a little obsessed with that book, but yeah. I didn't even bring my original copy from the Netherlands, but I still have 3 copies, so it doesn't matter if I brought it from the Netherlands. Also, I had to restart my camera because it was not focusing at all. As you can see now, it is. This is just a thing from the camera. Robert Frost, Selected Poetry. Found this, probably at Goodwill. And I was like, oh, I like some of his poems, but I've never read all of it. So let's just take that. Oh, another copy of Letters to a Young Poet. If you get any recommendations from me, it's probably the ones that I have doubles of that you should get. Because yeah, those are my obsessions. Now, I have some books in here that I would say are part of my guilty pleasure reading, and that's Nora Roberts. There's just something about her stuff that's so easy to read, and that I find like super relaxing. So, a couple of Nora Roberts. Read what you want. I'm not ashamed of this. Just read. Anything else? There's another Book of Hours here, so I guess that we do still have both copies. It's the silvery one. Love Virginia Woolf. I think I've already read Burial Rites. I'm pretty sure, actually. And then Jar of Dice. Jar of Dice. A cup with my full name, and then a bunch of rocks. And more Outlander. And some random books I picked up. Liberty Books near Atlanta. I don't exactly remember where it is. But yeah, that is one of the shelves. We're going to the last shelf. Now, I used to have at least 500 books in the Netherlands. But I left everything behind. And this is basically what I have gathered here so far. This is my bridal bouquet. It's completely dried up. But we have it here. John Grisham, I think that's James's books that are just in here. When I was still in the Netherlands, a coworker said The Earth is Enough is a really great book. So I ordered it from Thrift Books, had it sent here to the States, and it's been here ever since. This is another one I brought from the Netherlands. It took up precious space in my suitcase and also some kilograms because it was really heavy. But I really, really like Sylvia Plath. It's not like it makes me happy to read her work, but I find her very interesting. So yeah, I had to bring her a book of letters. There's multiple volumes. This is just the first volume. And then I should have a book of her diary entries, but I think I may have left it in the Netherlands. That sucks. Anyway, I can pick it up when I go there in September. Anyway, more Neil Gaiman, Alice Hoffman, and Raymond Chandler. The Big Sleep is a book I talked about when I was like interviewing for a specific university program. I didn't get into it, but they talked about it and it's been in my head ever since. So here we have a little Vulpix and also me, hi. And then a puzzle and a stuffy and some random stuff. But yeah, that is this bookshelf. I can't really zoom out. I'm just walking backward to show you a bit of an overview. There is a book underneath my pen folder there, but it's a study book, so I don't think it's very interesting. But yeah, that's my books. I hope you found this interesting. I know it's a very different video from what I normally show you, but I had the inspiration. Wasky Squirrel, thank you. And honestly, I can't keep buying random pants just to shoot video about it. So yeah, here we are with my bookcases. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.